Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Again, this is Terrence Bronson with Go Ahead First. We're going to go over the NAICS codes. The couple days ago, we went over the DUNS number and why the DUNS number is important. But while we were doing that, we went across a phase where we had to go over the NAICS codes. And then we also talked about the SIC codes. But for today, we're going to specifically talk about the NAICS codes and what it is and who it is. So, number one, the NAICS codes is the North American Industry Classification System codes. And it uses a numerical system where it identifies which industry you're in. So, like, for example, when you start a business or you create a business or you provide a service, your service is identified by industry. And with that, you can go on this website and identify what industry you're in. And let's just say you're, a farmer. You would essentially go under the agriculture and fishing and hunting. You have mining, you have utilities, you have manufacturing, which would lead something like, Amazon or whatever the case may be. You also have management and companies, enterprises, real estate. We went over examples specifically about real estate. And then within those titles and classifications, you can click on it. Once you click on it, it actually breaks it down. So whether you lease real estate or you're a leaser of real estate, whether it's residential or it's commercial, it also have whether you're a broker or a real estate agent. They have consulting. You can rent actual passenger cars, which would be something like Turo. It could be like Enterprise. So it all breaks this down. But you have to identify and think about what industry you're in. The reason why this is very important is because whenever you're trying to grow your business or whenever you're trying to get funding, you need to be in the right industry or in the right NAICS code to get grants or loans, and that's very important. So we're going to go over that. Also, when you go down on this page here, it has some frequently asked questions, and the frequently asked question that I looked at is, and you might have as well, is can a business have one or more NAICS codes? And so what it says is the United States Census Bureau assigns and maintains only one NAICS code for each establishment based on its primary activity. So let's just say you're a barbershop, but your primary activity is actually cutting hair, or it might be your main, so if that's cutting hair, but you also sell products inside your barbershop, you might need to separate the two entities. You might necessarily want to do the sales aspect of it where you actually sell an item or e-commerce aspect of it and not necessarily do the service as actually cutting hair. And this is really important because now you've established two businesses or operating two different businesses with their separate NAICS codes, and you can actually not violate or have those services attached together. And that's very, very important. So what we're going to do, we're going to look up a specific, just look up a random um, industry, and we're going to do art. So if you put in art, it'll look it up for you. And so, for example, like there's some people that really enjoy. I love art. Actually, I think art is creative. You getting something that someone put together and was able to create and use their skills to create art. So you have art dealers. You might go out of country, or you might be within your city, or going to a different state, and they might have certain art dealers or art galleries. So you have the art galleries. You have artists, music artists, or whatever it can be, performing arts, or you have actually fine art schools. This is how you would actually identify and look up the different industries and how it breaks down into different categories. And then, of course, you have pottery and ceramics. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to art dealers. But the other thing that we also talked about was the SIC codes, which is similar. They have different descriptions, and they can you can kind of use them interchangeably, sort of. but it's a little different. And we'll talk about the SIC codes later. But when you break it down in correlation to the NAICS code titles, you have your SIC codes, which are actually 4 digits that you can see here categorized, and then you have the different descriptions here. Today, I just wanted to kind of keep it short and break down what a NAICS code is, why it's important. It actually play into your getting your DUNS number later on. The whole purpose of the DUNS number again is to identify risk exposure, build business credit, establish credit with different lenders, different vendors, and then we'll go into detail about that later. However, I wanted to thank you all again for subscribing and liking the page. Leave some comments, anything that we can go over or discuss. You all have a blessed day, and look forward to hearing from you all and reaching out to you all soon later. Y'all